Hey everyone, and welcome to your January 2023 readings. I hope that this year is off to a really great start for you. We're going to get right into it, so I'm just going to say a couple things really quickly. If this message resonates with you, please consider giving it a like. This is a new channel I'm going to be spending a lot more time building, and it kind of helps it out, so that would be appreciated. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing as well, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more content. There's going to be full moon readings, new moon readings, plus the monthly readings and some astrology stuff on the horizon for 2023. Also, if you're not following me over on Instagram, consider following me over there, just because I hop on and do something monthly that I'm bringing back called Cards and Cocktails, which is just really fun to do. I also do random readings. I just pop on and decide that I want to do that. So if you want kind of like free quickie readings, that's a good place to find me. Last thing I'll say is if you want to book a personal reading with me, all of that information is down below. So I'll see you in the reading. Bye. Hello Libra, welcome to your January 2023 reading. So let's get right into it. Ooh, okay, fine. And interesting. All right, so we are taking a look at the beginning, middle, and end of the month for your energy for this year. Super interesting. Okay. And we're also going to take a look at the challenge. I'm feeling like I want to stick with this particular deck for you guys. And I actually feel like this is the challenge card that's coming up for you. 2 challenge cards that are coming up. 3 challenge cards that are coming up for you. Okay. So we'll get into that. And then we'll look at, oh, no. Okay. So we'll look into the spiritual advice. I'm not looking at any of these cards. I'm just like pulling cards. It's more than I've done at once for any of the readings so far today. Okay. Forgive the glare. Don't worry, I'll bring it up to the screen so that you can see it. So we have 3 major challenges that are coming through for you. So let's take a look here. Beautiful. Interesting. Okay. Libra, let's take a look at what's going on for you in the beginning of the month. So I think it's, forgive that, hit the camera stand. So what we have at the beginning of the month is we have the Judgment card that is showing up. This is a really beautiful card. I actually really love it for the beginning of a month. I find it's really interesting. So I've been going through the readings today, and so far, all of the beginning of the month cards have been super appropriate to the beginning of a new year. So here we have the beginning of the new year and you're being called into a new level. If you want to ascend to the next level in your life, if you want to get beyond where you are right now, then you need to actually heed the call. You're being called into a higher level of living in every area of your life, higher level of spirituality, higher level of clarity and consciousness, higher level of fitness and health, higher level of groundedness and presence and attention to your life, higher level of emotional intelligence, higher level of communication, higher level of everything. This is a step up. Whenever we're being called into the next level, people usually think, oh, I'm being called into the next level of like my business or career, or I'm being called into the next level of my relationship. Yes, it can be that. It can be those things, but it's a call into a next level of who you are as a person, right? And so it's imperative that you heed the call, right? You're either going to ignore it and pass up the opportunity, or you're going to heed it. Now, why do I think that this is really appropriate for the beginning of January 2023? Even though it's a Gregorian calendar, collectively, we are all moving in a direction where we look ahead, and because of the way that our society is set up, we look at quarters. January, February, March, April, May, June, right? Like as we go forward, it's like 3-month quarters as we go through the month or through the year. And so we look ahead and we map out our year. We map out where we're going. So there's a level of newness of like, who am I becoming? Who am I standing to be? What is it that I want to become? Who do I want to become? How do I want to identify? What is the next level right? It's usually moving forward in some way, upward in some way. And so I feel like this is really appropriate, and that's the energy that I see coming through at the beginning of the month. What's really interesting is that we move into the middle of the month and we see that there is, like, along with this, I feel like there is a clue about the Judgment card. There's a clue about how you are meant to move forward with the Judgment card, right? You are being called to work with your emotions. Now, the kings in any realm, and I know this isn't a modern kind of perspective, but it is a patriarchal monarchy perspective, but that's when these were created, and these are archetypes. So let's not take offense or get all crazy about it, right? Because I know sometimes people can. But this is about being the king of a kingdom. And in order to create a kingdom, to rule a kingdom, right, to create what you're going to rule over, this is not just about what it takes to be in the place to get to the next level, to be a king, right, to get to the next level. Because a lot of things have to happen to get to the place to be a king. You don't just, be a king. The whole kingdom would fall apart if you had no learning in between, right? Like, there is a level of presence and attention and understanding and wisdom that has to be, learned and attained and learned along the way as you rule. But here we have the King of Cups specifically, which has to do with your emotions. And so you need to be able to allow your emotions to be the counsel, but not the ruler of your kingdom. So you're not ruled by your emotions. You can feel the breadth of the emotional spectrum that you have as a human being here. And you also do not let those ups and downs rule you. You can feel them. You can have days where you're down for the day. You send everyone away and you say, hey, I'm having a dark day. I need one day for myself. That's fine. It's not about being perfect or stoic and suppressing your emotions. It's about allowing yourself to feel the breath of them, but not letting them rule you, and allowing yourself to be navigated through life with your emotions, with your intuition, and also being able to stay grounded and present. Because if you were a ruler of a kingdom that was crazy emotional and was all over the place and irrational, there would be absolutely no way that you could rule a kingdom effectively. It would all fall apart if you were just some erratic, emotional roller coaster. So this is really about you being able to hold your emotions, not suppress them. This is not about suppressing them. I want to make that really clear. You cannot suppress your emotions and control them, because they will eventually pop up. Like when you're holding a beach ball, like a blow up ball or anything like that under the water. It's like you take your attention away from it for 1 second because you got so many other things going on, it pops you in the face. It just pops up. So this is about being able to experience the breadth of your emotions and not let them rule you, but to allow them to rule beside you, right? So, all right. So then we have the Ace of Laurels that is coming forward for you. Such a beautiful card. I really, really, really love this card. So the Ace of Laurels is, the laurels would be the pentacles or the coins in any other deck, right? So the Ace of Laurels is about, like, you get to the end of this month, you go through a period of like growing, maybe some growing pains, to make the commitment and the decision to rise and to answer the call. Being and expanding your breadth of emotions to have them sit beside you, but not to rule them or for them to rule you, right? And then also for you to move, there's a lot of like self-growth is what I'm feeling in this space. And then when you get towards the end of the month, in the month of January, you have this like opportunity is being presented, like your guides, spirit, the universe, gods, goddesses, whoever it is, they're bringing forward opportunities for you in this world. And so part of your job is to be open to receiving them, to be aware, to be present enough, to expand your awareness, to look around you, to receive the messages, to hear the messengers in your life, whether it be a cashier or it be a CEO of a business or it be a shaman or it be whoever it be, right? But to be open to hear the messages from various sources, and also to notice the abundant things that you have to be grateful or appreciative of in your life, not only for what you have, but also internally as well. You know, appreciate yourself, you know, for what you have to appreciate, for what you have accomplished, for the self-growth that you've gone through, especially even just in this month, but, you know, leading up to this point in your life, especially, right? Okay, so that's what we have for your month. Let's take a look at what's going on for your challenges. I'm going to push this off to the side so that we can turn these this direction and look at them upright. Okay. So your challenges. It's really interesting because, and I'll bring these up so that you can actually see them. Let's just like put those up there. Sorry for the glare, you guys. It got dark sooner than I expected, so I'm having to use different lights to make this work. So, and I'm going to put this in this direction for a reason. It's almost like a storyboard. So what I'm seeing in this experience is that there are some challenges of you rising up into a next level in your experience. The next version, the next iteration of who you are, the next iteration of your business or whatever it may be. And we'll get into that in a moment. And then I find that there is also this like trying so desperately to hold on to stability that there is almost like a miserly kind of, and forgive me, but it's like a greedy kind of miserly, guarded, very much guarded kind of energy. Like, I have all of this, I've gained all of this, it took so much for me to get this, I'm not going to share it, I'm not going to let go of it, I'm not going to do anything to like endanger it or change it or anything like that. And then we have the resistance to healing, the resistance to new life, new energy being breathed into your experience, which is like, it's the most healing and beautiful energy that could possibly come through. It's like when you turn the water on in a house or an apartment that's been dormant for years, let's say, and you have to let the water run until it turns clear, right? It's like, it's the most beautiful and cleansing thing. Like, let the waters run, like let the stagnant water run and let the new healing come in. But there's a resistance that you're having with all of these cards. These cards are all in a challenge position. So let's start with the Seven of Wands, and I'm going to try to go through these quickly because I can see that we're running up on time. But we have the Seven of Wands, right? This is like you reaching this new pinnacle, this new place, this next level in your life. And like, this is when the haters come out, or this is when the people that, as well-meaning, as well-intentioned as they can be, sometimes the people in our lives that are close to us don't want us to reach that next level, you know, because of how it makes them reflect on themselves, or it makes them uncomfortable, or because they're afraid of how the relationship with you would change, or all of these different kinds of things. So there could be that coming up, but there could be actual opposition or challenge, like to your ideas or things like that are coming up. I feel like this is more personal growth oriented. I feel like this is really about you growing to this next level, and you feeling like you need to resist being pulled back into old stories, old toxic patterns, old feelings that don't apply to who you are now, because you're growing into this new space, right? So you really have to hold your ground. You really have to commit to standing for what it is that you are now creating, right? Because it's about creation and desire as well. Then we have like also another part of your challenge that's coming up this month is the Four of Laurels. And it's like, this is about safety and security, right? The Four of Laurels is all about safety and security. It's about like, oh, I've reached a level of safety and security. It's just enough, right? It's just enough for me. Or like, I got like this could be because it's about laurels is the earth suit, right? So this could be about money, and it could be like, oh, I've got this much money and I've got to keep it all to myself, and I can't let anyone know how much I've got, and I've got to, because it's all mine. It's mine, 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 down, 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 go, go, go. It's mine, 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 right? So this can be kind of miserly. I'm not saying you need to go sharing your wealth. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not, like, if you're not in a position to do that, I'm not saying to go do that. But what I am saying is that you might be becoming paranoid or guarded about any kind of wealth that you have, or any kind of sense of stability or security that you might have gained either with a piece of property or where you live, or with friendships. Like even within a community, sometimes our standing within a community of people and friendships, like we've gained a certain level of like stability and safety within that community as how we're seen, and we're afraid to let people see the chinks in our armor, because then if they do, they might, make us an outcast, or they might judge us, or they might weaponize it because of us having those things weaponized against us before. So we become guarded, and we become, inward and wall off from people. And that's not something that's going to serve you. And of course there's a time and a place for those things, but this is not going to serve you in this particular month, in this particular instance. So then we actually have the star card, and I really love how glowy this particular star card is. And the star card is really about new beginnings, about refreshes, about healing, right? And so when you are resisting the healing, it's like resisting the emotion, it's resisting feeling, it's resisting what's there to feel. It's like, oh, I've been through enough, I don't want to have to do this anymore, I don't want to have to feel this anymore, I don't want to have to go through this anymore, I don't want to heal. Like can I just skip over the healing? Can I just not do this? And I think that there is this kind of like, I will internalize this and I can pick and choose where I need to heal. And that's not the way that it works. The things that are hidden will always come to light, right? So what is the spiritual advice that's actually coming through with this, right? What's the spiritual advice? And how very interesting, we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is actually about like a spiritual journey, an internal journey. Let me just take a sip of water. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups, which is about like this, whatever was too weighted, too heavy emotionally, specifically, the things that have been weighing you down, that have been weighing heavy on your heart. It's like there's a time to put that down, put the cups down, and to walk away and look forward into other directions. Look up, look outward, look at how this character is looking towards the moon, right? Towards the intuition, towards spirituality, towards the emotions. And so this character is going on a journey by themselves, on a quest. They're turning their back on all of the heaviness and choosing to move forward and to move in a direction of newness, in a direction that is spiritual and intuitive and guided. So I would say this is your signal, this is your sign to drop what is too heavy. It doesn't mean that you can't circle back around to it later when you have a fresh perspective, but you need to go on a personal journey to either rediscover yourself or your path, or to reconnect in some way with yourself and your spirituality, whatever that may mean for you, to your intuition, to your clarity for life. But this is your signal to go and to do that. And you don't have to become a hermit and like go on a path by yourself forever. This could literally be for a couple of weeks. This could be for a day, right? This could be you going camping for 2 days by yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, but this is about getting some perspective by going off on your own to get clarity for yourself. That is leaving behind the heaviness so that you can come back with a sense of clarity, so that you can come back and know for yourself what to move forward with and what to leave behind, how to open, how to allow yourself to heal, how to stand in your growth, right? So I hope that this makes sense for you, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please give the video a like. Super appreciate it. It helps the channel to grow. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing not just the monthlies, but now I'm going to be adding in new and full moon readings, plus some astrology stuff on the horizon. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there. I'm bringing back cards and cocktails, and I just kind of randomly jump on there every once in a while to do free readings just because I feel like it for whoever happens to be on. So it's a good place to follow. If you want something very much more specific to you and what your guides say, and to be guided throughout this year, this month, through a particular period of time about a certain subject, all the information is in the description box down below. And that's what I got for you. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.